Welcome to the Kline May Realty Showcase. I'm Jason Hendricks with the Waynesboro office. If you see a home you're interested in, give us a call. Thanks to our sponsors and enjoy the show.
Hey everyone, my name's Derek Shadori. I'm with Kline May Realty.
And I'm Veronica Amaro with F&M Mortgage.
Join us for our first time homebuyer seminar. We do it the first Friday of every month from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Kline May Harrisonburg location. Don't forget to RSVP.
And we will cover the basics of first-time home buying from the real estate point of view and the mortgage process.
We hope to see you there.
Hi, I'm Karl Waizecker, Principal Broker at Kline May Realty. Thank you for joining me for another Q&A with Kline May. Today we're at the Perch in downtown Harrisonburg, directly above Magpie Diner. What I'd like to talk about today is a continuation of what our conversation has been for the past couple of weeks, which is this concept of the new rules of real estate, kind of the new way agents need to behave and buyers and sellers need to behave. And I'm happy to say it's been a little over a month since those new rules went into effect, and things seem to be running fairly smoothly. One of the great things about working in real estate in this area is folks really do get along. We're friendly competitors, so I've not seen any cases of where an argument between methodology has been allowed to get in the way of a buyer or seller getting the house that they want. So that's all been very good. The thing that nationally we saw most of the headlines about as the big change was the fact that home buyers were now going to be asked to sign an agency agreement with the firm that's representing them right at the beginning of their relationship. This caused a tremendous amount of heartburn for a lot of people, mainly because most of the country did not already have these buyer's agreements in place. Luckily for us, Virginia has had them in place for over 12 years, so the conversation was much easier for our agents. The only change is we're now asking our folks to sign those agreements right at the very beginning of the relationship, instead of once we get a little bit deeper into it and get into some more substantive discussions. And then for sellers, the big change is the amount of brokerage fee that they may be willing to pay, and if they would allow that fee to be split between their firm that's representing them and a different firm that represents the buyer. And we've had differences in philosophy among the firms around town. Everybody's doing everything under the new guidelines. Everybody's doing things perfectly legal and ethical. Just some differences in opinion and how those rules are going to be applied, and sellers seem to be understanding the concept. What was at one point a very fearful upcoming change has proved to be fairly smooth sailing for most folks. I think a lot of folks did some preparation ahead of time. We got ourselves educated, and most importantly, things are moving along smoothly for buyers and sellers. I mentioned we're right above Magpie Diner, and their coffee is always from the wonderful Chestnut Ridge coffee roasters, and so I'm going to try some of that today. This is just their regular house coffee. If you came in for breakfast, this is what you would get. It's always perfect. It's exactly what you would expect from a diner. A nice, strong, bold, rich cup of coffee in a great atmosphere. If you haven't been to Magpie Diner, I would highly encourage it. Their food's wonderful and the coffee's always great. If you've got a coffee you'd like to see me try, or a local restaurant, or if you've got a real estate question you'd like me to answer here, please email that to me at questions@klinemay.com. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.
I'm Susan Melendez. I'm a realtor with Kline May, and I'm really happy that you came out today to check out what we do here in Fort Seibert, West Virginia during the Treasure Mountain Festival, historical reenactment of the attack on Fort Seibert, which happened April 17, 1758. This is only part of the Treasure Mountain Festival. Another big piece of the Treasure Mountain Festival takes place in Franklin, West Virginia. There's a parade, there's lots of awesome vendors and lots of great food. This weekend we have a lot of folks here set up in their primitive homes, and it's living history at its best. There was actually a fort built just down the hill from where we're standing, and the captain of the fort was Captain Seibert. And it was a stronghold trying to hold this land on behalf of the English. Both sides had Native American allies. Kilbuck was a very well-known and prolific war chief. He led a band of Shawnee and Delaware Indians through this valley. He started with Fort Upper Track, which is kind of behind me, and then the next day came over and surrounded Fort Seibert. They ended up capturing almost everybody in the fort. A few escaped. Every year we come together to celebrate the history and the heritage of this area. Descendants of the settlers who were in the fort are here. A lot of times we actually have descendants of Kilbuck that come. It's really awesome that so many people are committed to keeping this alive for future generations. For me, as a community member and someone who grew up right here on this land, this is my home and these are my people. And in my role as a realtor, it gives me much pleasure to help the people I'm most connected with.
We all want to give our kids the best of everything, the best nutrition, the best education, and the best place to grow up. Even the air they breathe. Lennox strives to provide the best air quality for your family's home, free of indoor air pollutants.
At Landis Heating and Air Conditioning, they can install a Lennox customized comfort system in your home. Let Landis sweat the details so you can relax in comfort. Call my friends at Landis Heating and Air Conditioning today.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
Well, hey, Veronica. I'm glad we were able to get together to continue on with our second first-time homebuyer seminar.
Yes, thank you, Derek, for inviting me. It's always very nice to speak to first-time homebuyers and be able to explain to them the first steps to home ownership. My main goal is for people to understand that the first step to home ownership is to apply for the mortgage loan.
My goal for this class is to be able to kill as many myths as possible that stop people from becoming first-time homebuyers.
What are the main points that you will touch for first-time homebuyers?
One of the big main points that I like to talk about is the why. It's important, though, for the individual to recognize their goal and why they want to attain that goal. Secondly, it's being able to go through a lot of the myths that stop people from starting.
I think everybody that is thinking about buying a house should definitely attend these classes to understand the process and to have a clear picture of what to expect during the process. I think understanding that it takes a teamwork between the lending side of things and the real estate side of things is very important for the first-time home buyer, knowing that they have the professionals to guide them through the process is very important. I definitely look forward for the next one. I hope people find them very beneficial, informational, and helps them achieve their goals.
Hopefully you attend our class. Do not forget to RSVP, and we'll see you there.
What if you could take advantage of lower mortgage rates without refinancing? With DuPont Community Credit Union's new Rate Drop Mortgage, you can. DCCU's Rate Drop Mortgage lets you lower your rate every 12 months if rates drop. Just pay a processing fee per rate adjustment. No refinancing or new closing costs required. Enjoy flexible home financing with DCCU's Rate Drop Mortgage. Visit mydccu.com or talk to a mortgage advisor today to get started.
I have met a friend who's been a realtor with Kline May, and she told me all these wonderful things about Kline May, how we're such a tight group, how Kline May really takes care of their agents and nurtures them, supports them, teaches them. And I decided to check it out, and sure enough, it's a wonderful atmosphere here. I had the best mentor, Susan Melendez, you all know, and we've been longtime friends. And when I saw her, it was just like everything fell into place. She took me around, I shadowed her on her showings. She had showed me how to use the system, how to write contracts. Susan just was always there for me. Here, they actually take care, knowing how hard real estate and being a salesman is in general. People care not just about your knowledge, but also about your emotional and physical state. When you come into Kline May, there's a mandatory training, and they pull out these big books and they walk you through each one of it, starting with how to do CMAs, comparative market analysis. That's very tricky. Market is always changing, so how do we follow that? How to market ourselves? We're always taught something new. What we know is enough to see the deals through successfully. The second best thing about real estate is working with people. Getting to know people, getting to know their needs, and then finding something to match that and see their satisfaction. Seeing their happiness that they found what they were looking for and you were a part of that. Working with people is the most wonderful thing that you can do and make a difference in their life. And that's what Kline May enables me to do, and I love it.
Welcome to the Kline May Showcase. Let me read. If you see a home you're interested in, give me a call at one of our office. I'm sorry. All right. There you go. You got behind his head a little bit. Thank to our sponsors and enjoy the show. Let me say that last line again. Nice, good, okay. All right, let me see that again. I didn't know I had to memorize things. We hope you enjoyed the show. We want to thank our sponsors again. See you next week.